Actually, I never thought I would be a model. Never in my life. I always loved fashion, and since the age of 16, like all my school internships and everything would be like with Dior and with Bilarabi and with like fashion brands. So I was always like around that circle, but I never thought that of modeling. Like honestly.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Lovin Show. Shireen is back.
Hi, welcome back to me. Did I really welcome myself back? Wow, okay.
Welcome back to Shireen.
Hi.
Welcome Ameni.
Welcome.
How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Right now we're seeing your video everywhere. If you want to explain to our followers a little bit about what it's about and where the concept came from.
Okay, so I had a recent little campaign, so it was about anti-bullying, and I tried to use words that I would hear like every day from people, from my friends complaining, from calling names, so words like fat, or words like obese or ugly, shut up,
extreme,
words like horrendous,
fat,
horrible, stupid, hideous. Words that we would use some people use it on a daily basis without really knowing the weight of the words and how much it can affect someone and how much it can, like you might say it to your friend as a joke, oh, you're ugly today, but she's your best friend, you're joking with her, you don't mean it. But she can go back home and it can actually affect her, and she could even cry about it without you realizing the effect of it, and even though you think she's really pretty. And then I changed those words to replacements in words that you can use on a daily basis also to someone. So beautiful, strong, courage, confident. I remember all over my chest, I am strong, I'm pretty, I'm courageous.
And the soundtrack got really positive too, didn't it?
So like all the words that we use that we think aren't affecting people, I changed them to words that we should use more often to talk to people with. So that was the whole concept of the video.
It's really, really nice.
It makes sense because words are really impactful, and like you said, you never know you never know what insecurities you could be tapping into by saying those negative words, right?
We underestimate it.
Exactly. So like how did the concept come about? Like what actually inspired you to come up with the whole thing?
The song.
No way.
The song, because I listen a lot to music.
What's the title of it again?
Scars.
Scars. Okay, Alicia.
And when I was listening to the song and I was listening to the words, you could feel the artist sending a message out there. And I was like, why not take the song and make it to a video using the words that make it more accurate to life and using words that we use on a daily basis without realizing.
Nice. We've seen like a couple of videos like this, kind of self-love videos going online, going viral. We shared a couple recently. Why do you think people are sharing these videos now on a platform like Instagram, which people know can be sometimes a little bit more on the let's say
one-sided.
On the one-sided. Now it's more about self-love. Why now?
Because I feel like people are really just sick of it and sick of seeing Instagram as a fake reality.
Yes.
People are sick of opening their phone and opening Instagram and be like, this is fake, this is fake, this is fake, this is not her real life, this is fake, she doesn't even look like that in real life. You want to open an Instagram and be like, oh my god, I can relate to that, this is pretty, this is resharing it with family, sharing it with friends, not sharing fake pictures of girls with your friends, be like, oh my god, look at her body, it's fake, it's photoshopped. Like you want to share something with your friends, be like, how cute is this message, how strong is this message, this is pretty, this is gorgeous. You want to send a positive message, you want to send a message that's going to touch people, that's going to help people, not a message that's going to get people down. So I feel like people started realizing that and working on it.
So when did you actually realize that there was a lack of like representation for curvy girls here in the industry?
I've always known it because I've always been a curvy girl since a really, really young age, and I've always lived here my entire life. So I always knew it, but I never thought that I would be one of the people changing it.
Nice.
I realized maybe that I would want to be one of those people at the age of like 18.
And like what instance made you realize that? Like was there something that you saw, maybe like models, maybe I don't know, runway shows or photo shoots where you're like, okay, why is it?
There's not enough diversity here.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be a model. Never in my life. I always loved fashion, and since the age of 16, like all my school internships and everything would be like with Dior and with Bilarabi and with like fashion brands. So I was always like around that circle, but I never thought that of modeling, like honestly. And then I was like, I want to be in the fashion world, I want to be in the fashion industry and do a change, but I have to do something different. I didn't want to be a blogger, I didn't want to be a makeup artist, because there's just so many of them already. And I knew that if I was just gonna be another one, it's not gonna work. I had to stand out, I had to do something completely different, and that's when I found the hole in the market, which was like curvy girls.
Love that.
So it's definitely a gap in the market, but we've just seen, I think it was in April this year, Victoria's Secret, they named their first ever curvy girl model.
But she's not curvy.
So
I told you there was
I
a
said
debate
it,
on that.
I say it. She's
so
not
yeah,
curvy.
there's backlash. There was backlash before because they probably didn't have a very inclusive model range, and now, like you said, she's not curvy. Is it too little, too late for Victoria's Secret, or what do you think of that promotion?
I generally think their card is burned.
Because it did happen after backlash.
Exactly, because after the incident that happened last time when they said, oh, we don't want like no trans, no curvy, no nothing on the runway, and then they got backlash big time. So they're probably in a situation where they're like, oh, I have to fix this. So they'd be like, okay, here it is, a curvy woman. Like, are you kidding? Like that's not even someone close to curvy.
It doesn't represent.
So exactly. So they're trying to fix it, but instead of fixing it, they're making it worse.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think they're.
Fair.
Card is burnt.
The card is burnt, yeah.
So we did a little bit of stalking on your Instagram account, and we absolutely love what you said in your bio. It's all about confidence, Habibi. I think it truly represents who you are as a person and what you stand for. So they're obviously true words, but sometimes they're easier said than done. So have you always felt super confident? Were there moments?
No.
So do you remember any moments where you really
Of course
felt?
not. When I was a kid, I was in the French school, so I always grew up with the European silhouette, and I look nothing like the European silhouette, to be completely honest. But like I learned to accept it, and I learned that every body is different and every look is different, and it's special. Every single look is. If we all looked the same, what would be special about us? Like what would make you you, and what would make you? Like if the three of us look the same, nothing would be special about it. The three of us have a complete different look, and that's what makes us special. So I realized that I should take that into advantage and focus on it, and that's when I started learning to love myself and to appreciate myself and to embrace what I already have.
That's amazing.
Nice. I think it's a message that constantly needs to be ingrained in people to remind people to be confident. It's easier said than done, like you say, but I think we need to constantly remind ourselves.
And it's hard. It's honestly hard to look at you, because it's so easy for me to tell you, oh my God, you're so gorgeous, you're so pretty. But it's hard for me to tell myself, you're so pretty, you're so gorgeous, but meaning it. That's the hard part. It's so easy to say to someone, but when you say it to yourself,
when you look in the mirror, it's harder. Yeah.
It's harder.
But talk to us about other models in the industry. You've broken the mold for the first curvy model in the Middle East, and you've worked with a lot of cool brands. Are there more models following in your footsteps now?
Yes, actually, last time I checked was before summer, 25 models, curvy models got signed with agencies. So it is like, it's creating a movement. People now have the courage to go and apply and want to be signed and want to be curvy models.
Nice.
E-commerce here is working really well. So like there's more e-commerce, there's more curvy models going out and wanting to do e-commerce and wanting to model. So it's working, honestly. It's a small community started to be created. So it's cool.
That's amazing. So, well, obviously, so it started coming up now. It's to prominence, the term curvy model, and it's bringing to light, obviously, what needs to be happening, which is showing representation for what usually isn't. But do you actually think that people need to still be using the term curvy? Do you see it at any point being gone and banished and just maybe calling yourselves models?
I hope so, honestly. To start with the word plus size, I hate it. And I always tell media or whatever it is, I hate the word plus size, because you don't call a thin model minus model, do you? You don't call her a minus model to consider her like skinny. So why would you call someone curvy a plus?
Okay.
So it doesn't make sense for me. So the word plus size already, I hate it, and people started to realize it. But like brands need to like cooperate with that. For example, on the internet, some brands removed the category plus size and wrote curvy instead. So people started to get used to it, but everyone needs to accept that the word plus size needs to be gone. So I feel like when that happens, we can stick to curvy for a bit, and then when curvy gets accepted and full on, then we can remove curvy. But like also people have to stop calling other models skinny models and thin models and black models and a white model. Like there's labels to everything, so from all around the areas it has to be removed to be able to just go to the word model. So it's still a long way, honestly, but I'm sure it's gonna happen one day.
Getting rid of labels is very important.
Because like imagine those labels for like other careers. Like could you imagine like
imagine executive, coordinator, manager,
skinny journalist,
skinny journalist.
Exactly. It's the same thing for us.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, have you ever experienced any limitations kind of working in the industry, trying to get a foothold into it? Challenges?
Yes, of course. It's hard because I'm still new. My career in September is going to do 1 year, so it's still a new
You've
career.
done a lot in 1 year.
A lot.
Thank you. So it's still, everything is still brand new, so some brands are not convinced, still not convinced with the message, still not convinced, still scared to take the risk, scared of people's reaction. The fact that I'm still like new-ish, sometimes they're scared, sometimes they completely love it and they want to support me and they want to work with me. So it depends, but I'm the type of person that like, the second I entered this industry, I knew this was gonna happen, and I knew that not everything's gonna be yes. There's gonna be a lot of no's, but when you're not scared of failure and you're not scared of the word no, you'll succeed no matter what.
It's a really good message.
Yeah.
So, who are your role models actually in the industry? Do you have any in mind that you've actually looked up to and have inspired you?
To be completely honest, I looked up a lot to Ashley Graham, and I met her a few months ago.
Oh, cool.
And she came and she did the opening of the shop in Dubai Mall, and I met her there. She's really nice, and she helped me a lot, gave me a lot of advices, but she's at the end of the day the biggest curvy model in the industry. So I looked up a lot to her, and also to Taraji G. Henson, the actress.
Love her.
I love her so much. She's so powerful. She's so strong, and she's so dedicated, and she knows what she wants. And Beyonce.
Of course.
That woman is something else.
Beehives don't come for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we stand. We absolutely stand.
So these three, honestly.
Amazing.
Before we go off into our next segment, final question: what has been your kind of career highlight in your short career so far?
3 things. Working with Vogue on several projects, my Cosmopolitan cover, and my award for Grazia, Best Emerging Talent.
3 very big deals.
Publications,
like,
amazing.
That's amazing. Congrats to you for that, by the way. So we will now introduce our next segment called the Tell Us What You Really Think segment. What we'll do is basically give you a statement to which you'll either oppose or agree with a really quick, brief thought. All right?
Okay.
So, Casey, you want to start?
Okay. Modeling is the dream career.
No. Modeling is very, very hard, and it's very, you have to be very dedicated, very committed. You need to know the right people. It's a very bipolar industry. You need to know the right people. You need to have a really strong personality. You need to not let anyone...
thick skin, basically.
Thick skin, really, really thick skin. Because people think it's all you have to do is look pretty, put makeup on, get your hair done, smile to the camera. Completely wrong. Doesn't work that way. There's thousands and thousands of girls that want to be a model every single day, so it's very, very competitive. It's not as easy as people think it is.
Shopping in malls is outdated.
True. I shop online. Anyways, the mall doesn't have my size, so online shopping for me.
E-commerce all the way.
Love that.
Curvy girls are well represented in the industry.
Curvy girls are?
Well represented in the industry.
No. Why do you think I'm doing what I'm doing?
We tried it with these statements. I love that. Okay. Victoria's Secret is the most envied brand for models to work with.
I would never work with Victoria's Secret.
Oh, wow. Big things, guys.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I no.
It's literally just a little too late for you.
It's too late. Their card is completely burnt for me.
It's surprising they didn't try and, like you said, they burnt their card so late. Like, why they didn't kind of modernize a bit quicker? It was just...
I genuinely think because I remember once he said in an interview that Victoria's Secret is a fantasy. It's a fantasy world. So what is a fantasy world? A fake world. Mm-hmm. So he knows what he's selling to the world is fake. Like, then now because now Victoria's Secret is losing so much. The last fashion show, the views were ridiculous. And so people are awake now. People don't watch the fashion show anymore. People don't even care. Yeah, the lingerie itself is nice. It's pretty, even though it's kind of like overpriced for what it is. But I don't even bother entering Victoria's Secret, for example. Like, why would I bother entering knowing that I'm not gonna even be able to pick up one single thing?
And that's all thanks to people like you, obviously, who strive and make representation happen, and that's why people are more aware now. And,
Exactly,
you know,
like
people
people
have a
are
voice on
aware.
social media.
People know what's going on. Yeah, okay, if you can fit in a Victoria's Secret suit, that's amazing, good for you, but that's a minority for me, not a majority, because all around the world curvy women are a lot, like it's a high percentage. So why you but not me?
Yeah.
Feeling,
See you later, Victoria's Secret. Let's find a new brand.
like, why can't the others be a part of the
It's eventually gonna die out within years.
She's adamant.
I'm like,
full stop. And then finally, social media is the best tool to promote your brand.
yes,
Nice.
Yeah.
definitely, because I'm proving that social media can be used in a positive way and in a good way, because everyone's like, oh, social media is crap, social media is ruining our lives. No, it's not, honestly. If we didn't have social media, we wouldn't be aware of what's happening all around the world really quickly. We wouldn't be knowing the details of what's happening around the world. We won't be able to like communicate so easily from Australia to the US to here to Europe. Communication is made very easily. You want to spread the message, you want to send positive message. When you're someone like, when you're authentic and you're real to yourself and you know and you're confident about what you're promoting, you don't have to be scared about anything. Social media is supposed to be your best friend then.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And that is it for our segment for today. Thank you so much for joining us once
Thank you for
again.
having
It's been
me.
really
Thank
inspiring
you.
having you over and
Thank
hearing
you.
your story and the background behind the Vogue video and everything else that you're doing for, you know, every woman in this region. God knows it's needed.
Yeah.
On Emirati Women's Day, should I say?
And Emirati
Or
Women's
it's a day
too
for
at
women to
that.
represent.
Yeah.
Yes, true. It's the perfect day, actually.
Right? Happy Emirati Women's Day.
Happy Emirati Women's Day.
And again, thank you so much for joining. Guys, if you want, please follow her on her Instagram account. Give them your handles.
It's Ameni Esseibi. It's just
perfect. Yeah. And we will list it down below as well in the comment section. Yeah.
Thank you for joining, guys. Back next week, same time, same place.
Bye.